Have you ever felt like something's just off in your relationship? Maybe the person you trust most is keeping secrets? Trust is the foundation of any relationship. Without it, even the strongest bonds can falter. However, maintaining trust isn't always straightforward. Sometimes, certain behaviors or changes in your partner's actions can leave you feeling uneasy. It's crucial to remember that not every shift in behavior points to infidelity, but when combined with a gut feeling or multiple red flags, it's worth paying attention. Today we're diving into 13 subtle but telling signs that could indicate a woman is being unfaithful. One of the most noticeable changes in a relationship is emotional distance. If your partner seems less invested emotionally, this can manifest in different ways. Maybe she no longer shares the little details about her day or stops asking about yours. Conversations that used to flow naturally now feel forced or shallow. This withdrawal can leave you feeling isolated, as if a wall has been built between you. Emotional infidelity often precedes physical cheating. When someone forms a deep emotional connection with another person, they might pull away from their current relationship without even realizing it. It's not about accusing or confronting right away. It's about recognizing a change in your dynamic. Another red flag is when her schedule becomes unpredictable. Imagine she used to have a predictable routine: work, gym, home, but now she's suddenly busier than usual. Late nights at the office, unplanned work trips, or frequent outings with friends she rarely mentioned before. It's not just the added activities that raise concern, it's the vagueness around them. When you ask about her day, the answers seem rehearsed or lack detail. Every relationship requires space, but a drastic change in her availability or reluctance to share specifics can be unsettling. Technology plays a significant role in modern relationships. If she becomes overly protective of her phone, this could be another clue. Maybe she suddenly starts keeping her phone on silent, changing her passwords, or being overly defensive when you casually pick it up. It's natural to value privacy, but when it shifts from reasonable to secretive, it's worth noting. She might also start taking calls in private or texting more than usual, often with a nervous glance your way. While snooping is never the solution, having a conversation about mutual respect for boundaries and transparency is essential. Changes in appearance can also be a sign. If she suddenly invests in a new wardrobe, changes her hairstyle, or adopts a rigorous fitness routine, it might be to boost her confidence, or to impress someone new. Physical self-improvement is great, but when these changes come out of nowhere and aren't shared with you, it could indicate an external influence. For instance, she might have started paying more attention to how she looks when going out, even if it's just for a quick errand. Physical intimacy often reflects the emotional health of a relationship. A sudden decrease in physical affection, like avoiding hugs, kisses, or sex, might indicate that her attention is elsewhere. It could be that her emotional needs are being met by someone else, reducing her desire for intimacy with you. On the other hand, some people overcompensate, trying to mask their guilt by being overly affectionate. Recognizing the shift, whether it's more or less intimacy, can help you understand what's really going on. One of the more subtle signs is a pattern of small lies. They might start innocently enough, telling you she's meeting a friend when she's actually somewhere else. But these white lies often pile up, creating a web of deceit. If you catch her in a lie and her response is to deflect or become defensive, it's a red flag. Honest communication is the backbone of any relationship, and repeated dishonesty, even about minor things, can point to a larger issue. Criticism is another behavioral shift to watch for. If she starts nitpicking or criticizing you more than usual, it might be a projection of her own guilt. When someone feels guilty, they may unconsciously try to justify their actions by highlighting faults in their partner. It's a way of shifting the blame and convincing themselves that the relationship was already flawed. Suddenly, small habits of yours that never bothered her before might become points of contention. On the flip side, she might show unusual signs of guilt. This could manifest in overcompensation, like showering you with gifts, planning special dates, or being overly sweet in ways that feel out of character. While these gestures might seem nice, they could be driven by a guilty conscience rather than genuine affection. Pay attention to whether these actions feel sincere or like an attempt to cover something up. New interests or hobbies can also be a subtle indicator. If she suddenly picks up a new hobby or starts spending time in a new social circle, it's worth considering why. Maybe she's been influenced by someone you don't know, or has started spending time with people she hasn't mentioned before. If she's hesitant to include you in these activities or share details, it might be because they're tied to someone else. In today's digital age, spending excessive time online can be another red flag. Whether it's late-night texting, increased social media activity, or joining new platforms, the way she interacts online can reveal a lot. If she's constantly on her phone, quickly hiding the screen when you walk by, or engaging in secretive conversations, it could point to emotional or even physical infidelity. Finally, trust your gut. Intuition is powerful. If something feels off, even if you can't pinpoint it, it's worth exploring. Often, our instincts pick up on subtle cues that our conscious mind hasn't fully processed. While it's important not to jump to conclusions, acknowledging your feelings and seeking clarity can help address any underlying issues. Remember, none of these signs alone confirm infidelity. They are pieces of a larger puzzle. The key is open, honest communication. If you notice multiple signs, have a calm and respectful conversation with your partner. Accusations without evidence can harm the relationship further, so approach the situation with empathy and a willingness to understand her perspective. In some cases, seeking professional help, like couples counseling, can provide a neutral space to work through challenges and rebuild trust. Relationships are built on mutual respect, trust, and understanding. While navigating the complexities of infidelity is never easy, addressing concerns head-on can lead to growth, healing, and ultimately clarity about the future of your relationship.